everyone.
Hey, thank you all so much for being here. It really means a lot. It's our first event since 2018, so thank you for being part of it.
Platform StyleLikeU is all about celebrating self-acceptance. We make docu-style videos about people who march to the beat of their own drum and are really comfortable in their skin and celebrate that through their personal style. We're really excited to relaunch that show with Monty Maynard.
I really appreciate all of you being here, and I appreciate your support of me and my platform. This has been a year that has changed my whole life. And I never thought I would be sitting here having these conversations, and I'm very glad to be here.
And of course, I want to thank Lily and Elisa who have trusted me.
They're the reason this happened.
And supporting them. So let's just give a little bit. What rises up with you when you see your own body up there, right? Because that's the first time you saw it. And how's the truth revealed back to you? I don't know if that question is.
So and you saw, I grew up in an extreme purity culture where any kind of skin you showed, any expression of sexuality was evil and it was demonic and it was causing men to sin. And it was, when they called me to do the show, I had never heard of it, but I immediately knew this is what I want to do because I do have a lot of people across the spectrum who have come from religious backgrounds, especially, where have grown with that shame. Is anyone familiar with the book, I Kissed Dating Goodbye? So I was texting Joshua Harris the other day because he has deconstructed and he is now on a tour apologizing for the damage that book did. And so for me, we can clap for that. For me, doing the show and even seeing my body, the first thing that popped in my mind seeing my episode for the first time was 5 years ago, I would have been screaming about, oh my God, I should have lost weight, I would have gone off. And I'm watching this right now and I'm like, Monty, you did it. I had a New Year's resolution. I felt like I had done so much work for my inner child that what dropped in for me was that I had never helped my inner teen. Because as a teenager, I didn't get to experience fashion choices, I didn't get to date, I couldn't listen to secular music, I missed out on a lot of pop culture, okay? I went to college at 16 and my roommate was like, what do you mean you've never heard 90s hip hop? Here's Tupac, you're welcome. Still my favorite. And so I spent this year where I was like, I'm gonna wear the thing. And I had some pretty preposterous outfits, I'm not gonna lie to you. But it was like all the things that I wanted to do and try, and I changed my hair. I had a split dye where it was platinum blonde and orange. And I was like, I'm gonna do whatever my inner teen wants to do. And it ended up like healing those parts of me that, especially as a teenager and when you're entering puberty, they get squashed and demonized in these cultures, in fundamentalism. And that was really, at the end of that year was when I realized, oh, like, man, I'm so thankful for my body and what it can do. And it was the first time, I remember waking up one day and I was getting ready to go to the gym and I was like, I realized I hadn't hated my body in like a month. And that was life-changing for me. So anything that doesn't allow for question or examination is by default not truth. And that's why, like, when we look at Christian nationalism, the reason they won't allow a question is because they know that as soon as you bring out data, it's going to crumble at their feet. They know that. But when it comes to self-acceptance, it still requires scrutiny because I cannot fully love myself if I do not know the truth of who I am. And the truth requires that I question that all the time. And I have to keep searching because the thing is I'm a much different person now than I was at 25, than I was at 18. It changes all the time. So if I'm gonna show up in the world in an authentic way, truth requires that I ask that question all the time. And it requires that I grow because otherwise I'm not being honest. Otherwise I'm in love with a version of myself I want people to believe is real rather than the version that's actually real. You know, having this struggle and this fear around looks in my body to the point where it would debilitate my confidence in the world, to be able to go on the show, and the day of the interview, I was so scared, and I'm never scared anymore. Like, I'm like, oh, what do you want? I go to this interview and my hands are shaking. because I was so nervous, but I just knew, I was like, Mom, if you can do this, this is a leap into your new life, because this has been the year of my new life. All of this is new for me. As far as like being in the social media space, being a person that people trust, being somebody that somebody recognizes is so different. I don't feel any different when I get up in the morning, but my whole life is different. And I knew that if I could complete this, that it would be a new chapter for me.
Wow.
And I walked away with such a sense of pride and honoring of the work I've done. It was humbling, it was beautiful, but it was also very, very healing, because I mean, we had, 26 minutes of the interview? We probably talked for an hour and a half.
Wow.
2
Oh,
hours.
like 3.
2 hours.
Like 2+ hours. And I talked about my whole life and growing up in abuse and growing up in all these things that I don't talk about much online, or that I don't talk about much at all. And to be able to sit with 2 strangers, really, and have that conversation in such a beautifully intimate way, in a way that heals my body and my relationship to it, has been really transformative. And out of all the things I've done this year, this is what I'm the most proud of.
That's really neat.